Hollywood thrives on illusion, but what happens when the cracks start to show? Blake Lively, often painted as the glamorous sweetheart with a heart of gold, is suddenly facing scrutiny over lawsuits, image manipulation, and a star witness whose story doesn't add up. Meanwhile, Reynolds, beloved for his quick wit and charm, is caught on camera dismissing a child reporter and casually confessing to something that could have ruined careers. Fans are asking, are we finally seeing the real Blake and Ryan? And if so, do we like what we see? Blake Lively has been making carefully curated public appearances lately, flashing smiles, looking angelic, and even going out of her way to praise other women in her posts. To many, it looks like she's reinventing herself as the innocent victim in the middle of her legal battle. The media eats it up. Some fans even say they feel sorry for her, but the truth is this strategy seems calculated. The same woman accused of stepping on colleagues and pursuing her own ego-driven agenda is suddenly trying to project purity and vulnerability. Sympathy is powerful in Hollywood, but the timing makes it look less like growth and more like manipulation. And just when the public was buying into this narrative, a shocking revelation about a witness turned everything upside down. When newly unsealed court documents revealed that Isabella Furrer had been listed as one of Blake's witnesses, jaws dropped. The allegations she was tied to involved harassment, discrimination, retaliation, and toxic behavior on the set of It Ends With Us. But here's the catch. Isabella only worked on the project for 4 days, and she never shared scenes with Blake. Even stranger, Isabella had publicly praised the set in interviews, describing it as safe, welcoming, and one of the best experiences of her career. She even sent messages to crew members expressing how much she loved working with them. So, how could someone who openly said all of that now claim to have witnessed harassment and discrimination firsthand? The deeper you look, the messier it gets. Isabella had already been subpoenaed back in February by Blake's team, yet months later she claimed harassment from Baldoni when he attempted to subpoena her. Headlines at the time made it look like she was harassed during filming, but that wasn't the case. It was about legal papers. Around March, Isabella quietly deleted her photos with Blake from Instagram, raising even more suspicion. Then in April, sources close to her admitted she couldn't actually back up Blake's accusations because she hadn't witnessed them. By August, she was dodging subpoenas like a ninja, fueling speculation that Blake may have pressured her into playing along. The inconsistencies stack up, and it paints a picture less of truth and more of strategic maneuvering. While Blake was managing her image, Reynolds was facing his own storm. At the Toronto International Film Festival, he walked the carpet not with Blake, but with his mother, a move some saw as intentional. During the event, a child reporter stepped up to ask him a question, and Ryan brushed him off with an impatient, "Nice to meet you, what's your question? Let's skip." The clip went viral, and people immediately called him out for being dismissive and rude. Instead of apologizing, his team tried to spin it, claiming he was pressed for time and still went out of his way to speak to the child. But viewers weren't buying it. We saw the video. It wasn't kind, it wasn't funny, it was condescending. And it raised the question, is Reynolds' nice guy act just that, an act? Then came an even bigger bombshell. For over a decade, Ryan denied having anything to do with the mysterious leak of the Deadpool test footage that ultimately got the film greenlit. But at TIFF, he casually admitted he might have leaked it, joking about brushing his teeth and realizing what he had done. Fans in the room laughed, but industry insiders didn't find it so funny. Leaking footage like that could have led to lawsuits, firings, and even people being blacklisted in Hollywood. While the gamble paid off for Ryan, others were left under suspicion for years because he let them take the heat. Only now, after Deadpool's massive success and his secure status, does he finally claim credit, turning what could have been a career-ending scandal into a quirky anecdote. And it doesn't stop there. Ryan himself has told stories that reveal a troubling pattern. On one set, during a powerful emotional scene with Denzel Washington, Ryan's phone went off, ruining the take. Instead of admitting it, he blamed the stunt crew, pretending it wasn't his fault. The crew took the fall, the scene had to be reshot, and who knows who was reprimanded behind the scenes. Ryan shared the story years later like it was a funny memory, and audiences laughed. But underneath the humor is something darker, a man willing to let others suffer for his mistakes while he keeps his reputation clean. It's a consistent thread: blame others, protect himself, and play it off with a smile. What makes all this even more concerning is that Blake and Ryan openly admit they work on each other's projects. Blake once said, "Ryan works on everything I do, and I work on everything he does." That means the calculated choices, the image strategies, even the controversies, they're not just individual moves, they're a joint operation. Ryan's willingness to bend rules and shift blame pairs perfectly with Blake's victim-playing tactics, creating a power duo that thrives on manipulation. Together, they're not just Hollywood's golden couple, they're strategists, carefully shaping narratives to benefit themselves no matter the cost. But the public isn't blind. Social media users on Reddit and Twitter have been dissecting these inconsistencies for months. Fans called out Isabella's flip-flopping statements, pointed fingers at Ryan's rudeness, and mocked his attempt to spin the Deadpool leak as a heroic act. One viral comment compared Ryan to someone who would sneak into a lifeboat on the Titanic before women and children, and many agreed. The tide is turning. What once looked like charm now reads as arrogance, and what once looked like grace now feels like calculation. The internet may joke, but the undertone is clear. People are starting to lose trust. Whenever celebrities face controversy, there's always a machine behind them: agents, publicists, media outlets, working overtime to protect their image. In Blake and Ryan's case, the spin is relentless. Articles defend Ryan's red carpet behavior, sources praise Blake's supposed kindness, and Instagram is flooded with curated moments to distract fans. But spin only works when people want to believe it. The more the public sees cracks in the story, the harder it becomes to sell the illusion. And with this couple, the cracks are spreading fast. Leaking footage, manipulating witnesses, dodging accountability. These aren't just quirky celebrity antics. They have real consequences. Crew members may have been interrogated or lost jobs because of Ryan's Deadpool stunt. Isabella may face legal trouble if her testimony is inconsistent, and the lawsuit Blake is pursuing could damage reputations for years. Hollywood might protect its stars, but eventually, the fallout hits someone, and it's rarely the powerful couple at the center of it. What's fascinating here is how their professional moves mirror their personal branding. Blake positions herself as the wronged woman supporting others, while Ryan plays the jokester who gets away with everything. These roles work until reality breaks through. Fans are starting to connect the dots. Blake's treatment of other women doesn't match her Instagram captions, and Ryan's stories of dishonesty reveal a pattern of self-preservation. When the personal brand doesn't align with the truth, the backlash grows sharper. The question now is whether Blake and Ryan can ride out this wave of controversy. They probably can, for now. The question is how it shapes their legacy. Do they remain Hollywood's beloved couple, or do they slowly become symbols of hypocrisy and manipulation? In an era where fans demand authenticity, keeping up the facade gets harder every day. And if these controversies keep piling up, their carefully crafted images may crumble faster than anyone expects. Blake Lively's innocent act, Isabella Furrer's shifting testimony, Ryan Reynolds' red carpet misstep, and his confessions about leaking and lying together, these stories expose a very different picture of Hollywood's golden couple. They reveal ambition that pushes boundaries, strategies that exploit sympathy, and a pattern of behavior that values self-preservation over accountability. Maybe this is who they've been all along, and we're only just now seeing it clearly. In the end, Hollywood always rewards illusion, but eventually the truth always comes out. The only question is, when it does, who will pay the price?